Hello everyone in my channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at Super Game's newest and try-hard to the PS4 and PS. Now imagine football, dodgeball, tag and basically play under rules, and you sort of get this game. Pyre is out July 25 for the chased retail price at $19.99. As always, if you like the video, maybe subscribe. So here's my review for Pyre. Bloody you ball, the only game we are leaping into a fire is a good thing, and what would happen if the entire sporting league was run by Jafar from the Aladdin cartoon graphics are up first, so you know actually remember things that old wizards cartoon from like the 1918s, and thinking this is probably the creepiest cool thing that I've ever seen. But after a couple hours of exploring the Titan Bone and Crust dancing desert flower warped location of Pyre, I can say with certainty for me that's probably been pretty much rampant, and to me it's a game's use of intelligent color work, and that's just one part, but each region not only has its own overarching color scheme and design, but the location within them fade from massive treed forest, bubbly marshes. They would do questionable liquids, but it's a subtle use of travel across that palette that has actually floored me here. Now those who think it looks a bit like Mario Saga and some of this presentation would be absolutely correct, but to me it surpasses even that title, which well delightful to look at and have you run in suicide-wide sprints between desolation and the center while Pyre, even if you are infiltrating the depths of some endless sea with your strange sea sneakers steer Gawain like counterpart just looks fantastic, and when the wagon rolls bots or fails across the game world, there's a subtlety to the animation that is really stop and downs, and it's in the little things as well, like the hilariously overpowered leaps you can do on the frightless flying animations of the teammate whose body is at least to older Elvis Presley over the weight limit for his homogene breed like wings. Also I have to say, technically it runs really well, showing in one the PS4 at 1080p 16 fps and the PS4 Pro at 4K native and 16 fps, and of course on the PC with pretty much whatever FPS and whatever P you want if you have the money to throw at it. Player use pretty much everything to advantage, from the still pictures of characters discussing bad days on the playing field to the head down anything on the screen. They're as smooth that you are no armored form, Knight can perform the level of attention and detail here, and honestly some places is a little bit off the charts. That does not mean, unfortunately, that everything is perfect, because it's sadly not there. A couple slightly odd design decisions. The game can be regrettably too busy, and when you make 6 characters in a 1000 huge color scheme, turn Pyre around an icy plain filled after something that looks like pretty much a magic 8-ball in a disco ball head, a one-night stand, it can sometimes be very hard to see exactly what's going on with your characters. It's not impossible, but at times I did find myself just sort of shrugging as the character got kicked off the playing field, because frankly I couldn't even tell whether it's her eye, but for some it might be noticeable. Also the static or mostly static character sliders when discussing the story's elements in the game are surprisingly still and mood compared to pretty much everything else in the title, and to be honest I expected Rust animations or some kind of Tolkien animations, but who knows, they might have tried and maybe just did not look good. Overall I would say this Pyre is fantastic, and its twist, sensibilities and warped look might sort of remind you of the time you made eye contact with the person on the street corner wearing a thing that says I collect feet. The fact is I doubt most of us will be able to look away sound, music and voice. Succulent very well this day after day out of Magenta mainly, and his offspring no hope, no small degree of influence within the Cormor's Hills. Brother, there are many who would welcome his return, and of course when it comes to audio categories, sounds is up first. Now this is good with a nice solid at some point have process sounds for audio separation that can be really helpful when your masked demons going head to head with the enemy sentient Doberman human crossbow at full speed, and sometimes sound is pretty much all you have that alerts you to what's going on, and really even the traveling sequence are replayed with all manner of environmental sounds like the waft of a underwing or the creak of the on old wagon as it leaps across the charms. Really good sound music, so I have been thinking about this. I find it hard